Switching subjects now to important developments in healthcare for humans. During the past several months, Yuba City's Fremont Medical Center has begun a massive expansion and improvement project that will benefit all of us as residents of the Yuba Center area. My next guest tonight is here to tell us about this fascinating project at Fremont. Joining me is Mr. Dirck Arrowsmith, Director of Development of the Fremont Medical Center. Mr. Arrowsmith, tell us what's happening at Fremont.
Well, you're broaching a subject that's very dear to my heart, the expansion of our facilities. And I brought with me an arduous rendering of what the new addition will look like, looking from this point here, which would be the Plumas Street looking north and Baptist Lane looking west.
So right here is the main entrance right now at the hospital.
Yes, just a little bit beyond that.
Right. Oh, is that right? They're right about Little Brown there somewhere. And that's Plumas Street, and then the church is on this block right over here.
That's right, and then the doctor's medical complex over here.
Ah, great. And, whoa, what do you have planned in that massive structure? What's going to be in there?
Well, the whole project started as primarily a renovation of the 4 surgeries that we have. They were very small and quite crowded, and in 26 years kind of outgrew the state-of-the-art. And so we decided we needed new surgeries. And the first floor of this addition then will be built around 4 brand new modern surgeries. Operating suites, right. And alongside of those will be an outpatient area where a doctor can meet his own patients there on a prearranged basis. It's not a true emergency room, but will be where doctors can meet patients to sew stitches or put on a cast or something of that minor nature.
Now, there's a parking lot there right now. Where will people park their cars?
That's a question that gets asked all the time. The lot across the street, adjoining the new administration, has adequate parking for the people here. It's not going to be as convenient since they're going to have to walk across the street instead of just walk a few steps to the building, but we plan to head for parking, and there will be some street available also.
So this won't interfere with the parking at the Medical Plaza building across the street where doctors like Brightenstein and to have their offices?
No, this is the hospital parking is separate.
Separate, great.
Yep.
You have a detailed diagram behind you that shows floor plans here, and we can of course see all the details, but I see here rooms for medical records down in this area. You have laboratory shown here, radiology. I guess you're expanding the radiology. Is that what's going on?
Well, that's right. When we get down to the finished part of the new addition, the operating rooms then will move to their new location, which will leave a vacancy.
I see.
At that point, then, this area in here that is the operating rooms now will be an expanded radiology. And as we bring the ICU in from the second story as it exists now, we will expand into that. We will move the existing beds into the new part and expand, pardon me, and renovate the old.
What's the time course plan here? When is this all going to start taking place if the necessary funds are raised?
Well, the plan is to begin as soon as possible, pending the approval by the State Department of Architecture. And when the finished plans are back from Sacramento, and they should be momentarily, I use that word advisedly when I'm talking about any kind of a review process by government, but as soon as they're back, then bids will be let.
So
we're talking June or July for groundbreaking.
Great, great. Is Fremont a hospital that's trying to raise a profit for some individual group, or is it a non-profit organization?
Well, that's a question that you'd think everybody should know, at least from our point of view, but it's a question that does get asked quite a bit. It's non-profit. Profit meaning that some kind of monetary reward would accrue to an individual or group of individuals. That's not the case. So any monies that are received over and above the cost of running the hospital are plowed by equipment and renovation and updating.
There's no person benefiting in any monetary way.
In no way.
Now, probably the operating expenses of the hospital are there. I mean, the operating income that comes in is there just to support the employees in the current situation at the hospital. So more money must be raised to develop a tremendous project like this. What's happening with fundraising?
Well, fundraising started last year with an approach to the hospital family, we call it, the employees, the doctors, the boards of directors of both the foundation and the hospital proper, and the auxiliary, feeling that if they were to support this in the manner that we felt they would, that we could go into the then with a mandate from the people that know it best, saying that this is a worthwhile and needed project. So we did. We started with the hospital family, and by Christmas of last year, we had raised something like $740,000. So
amazing.
It's toward our $1.2 million goal.
Great. It's fantastic. If people have questions about the project and want to contribute or learn more information, how could they do that?
Well, one of the easiest ways would just be to pick up the phone and dial the hospital, 671-2220, and my extension is 7112, and I would be delighted to answer any.
They just ask for Mr. Arrowsmith, or they can go to registration and then ask for the person involved, which is you, Mr. Arrowsmith,
Right.
and I'm sure you'd be willing to help out. I want to encourage my viewers helping Fremont reach this goal so that we'll have an even better facility here on Plymouth Street. Thank you very much over to show us these very remarkable, interesting plans.
Thank you, Doctor.
Perhaps we can have you come back in the future for another Medical Explorer program and update us on what's happening over at Fremont.
Well, since this is one of my pet projects, I would be delighted if you'd ask.
Great. Well, that's our program for tonight. I'd like to invite you to write to me at my dermatology and allergy office in Yuba City with suggestions for areas and people that you'd like to see here on the Medical Explorer. As you know, we're a public service program, and I really do want to hear from you with your comments and suggestions. Please write to me at the Skin and Allergy Medical Group of Yuba City at 367 Del Norte Avenue, Yuba City 95991. In my next program, the Medical Explorer will take you behind the scenes of more frontiers of medical care practices in the Yuba City, Marysville area. Till next time, Dr. Robert Peppercorn, your Medical Explorer. Thank you for joining us tonight, and have a good evening.